Today's video, we're going to be talking about buying homes in Tooele, existing homes versus new construction. Because Tooele has both of these type of properties available, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of buying new construction versus existing homes so that you as potential clients or friends or family of yours know what's best for you and kind of know what your options are. So Tooele County has a wide variety of homes for sale right now. From brand new homes that were built just recently within the last year to older existing homes that are 5, 10, 15, 20 years old. So in today's video, I'm going to break down the 5 pros and 5 cons of buying a new construction home versus the 5 pros and cons of buying an older home so that you can decide which option is better for you. So let's kick this off with the 5 pros of buying new construction in Tooele. Pro 1. Everything is brand new, which typically equals less maintenance. You have newer furnaces, newer appliances. You don't have an old roof. You don't have an old water heater. There's no surprise plumbing. There's no DIY home improvements that have been made. So that can make you feel comfortable and rest easy at night. So most builders also offer warranties on these new systems that typically mean lower overall maintenance in those first few years of home ownership. Pro tip number 2, energy efficiency saves money monthly. New builds usually have better insulation, dual pane windows, newer HVACs. They're built to the existing building code, which inevitably provides you efficiencies, which typically mean the home is cheaper to heat and cool. The reason that matters in Tooele County is that we get hot in the summer and we get cold in the winter, and we typically have some wind that blows through. So the more efficient your home is, the more savings you're likely going to see over the life of the home. Pro number 3, modern homes or newer homes typically have more of the things that buyers are looking for today. They have more open floor plans. They have larger kitchens, a little bit smaller primary suites. They have mud rooms, bigger pantries. In newer homes, they tend to locate the laundry facilities closer to the bedrooms, which makes it extremely convenient. Pro number 4, builder incentives can help the buyers. When you're dealing with local product from local builders and even some of the bigger national builders, they offer incentives that you can't or don't always get in existing homes. The builder will offer to buy down your rate. They offer closing costs assistance. You can use some of those dollars for upgrades on the home, so you can upgrade the appliance packages and countertops and things of that nature. Because inventory is sitting a little bit longer than it was in 2020, 2021, 22 post-COVID era, the builders are sitting on a little bit more inventory, so you can be a little bit more aggressive in your negotiating, or they're going to provide a little bit more incentives that you wouldn't necessarily get from an existing home. That makes it a little bit more affordable and a little bit more peace of mind at the end of the day. Pro number 5, in growing communities, they tend to put in more neighborhood amenities. So the builders, as they develop out these projects, a lot of them will install new parks, and everything just tends to be a lot newer, and you're closerly located to some of those. And people that are relocating to the Tooele Valley absolutely love this because they've got a park or a dog play area and stuff for their kids and their animals that's relatively close to their home, where some of the older existing areas of Tooele, the parks tend to be a little bit more spaced out. So now let's talk about the 5 cons of buying new construction in the Tooele Valley. Number 1, obviously, is a higher price. That's without question the biggest downside is the price of the home is going to be a little bit more. Really good reasons for that. You're paying for the newness. You're paying for modern furnishings, builder premiums, the costs of just building and developing in Tooele County, as well as the rest of the state of Utah, has increased over the years. Con number 2, landscaping usually isn't finished. A lot of the builders will provide with front yard landscaping, but the home inevitably most of them come with just the backyard is just dirt. There's typically no fences, no sprinkler systems in the back, no trees. There's no window coverings. And after you close, those costs can be thousands of dollars more to get to the the home and the property to where you like it and is comfortable for you and your family. Con number 3, the lots are usually smaller. Based on what I said previously with the costs associated with developing and building just in Utah in general, the lots get smaller and smaller over time because it's just a matter of pricing efficiency. So one of the downsides is many of the new subdivisions, the homes are on smaller lots. Yeah, you get an amazingly beautiful, pretty home, but maybe, and that's not always the case, that there's not enough room for RV parking or you have a less mature yard. Con number 4, in newer subdivisions, it's a construction zone. There's construction everywhere. You deal with the mud and the dust and the noise. There's nails in the road, muds in the road, and homes that are being built behind you can go on for years, depending on the size of the project. That's a lot of the developers and builders in this area do a really good job trying to keep that stuff policed, but it is something that you need to be aware of and that you're going to be living in and around a construction zone for sometimes many years to come. Con number 5, builder quality can vary dramatically. Just because it's new doesn't necessarily mean that it's perfect. All new construction is going to have a little bit of things that need to be addressed and dealt with, and it's not typically a problem. But there are some builders that tend to get rushed or the quality of product isn't as good as it could be. And that's just something that you have to evaluate when you're buying new construction. Pro tip, you still need to get a home inspection, even if it's new construction. Get a third independent source to go through the home and tell you what needs to be addressed prior to closing. In this section, we're going to talk about older or existing homes in Tooele. Start with the 5 pros and we'll work our way down. Pro number 1, lower price point in many, if not most of the cases. You can often get into Tooele at more of a affordable price than you can all of the Wasatch Front, if not most of the Wasatch Front. This can help first-time home buyers get into a little bit more home, or more importantly, stay within their budget. Pro number 2, bigger lots, and typically you get more parking. And this is a huge thing in Tooele. We have, for residential sales, we have really nice lots in the existing home market, and they're very nicely sized. Older neighborhoods can have bigger yards. Some will have RV parking. They'll have sheds. They've installed the landscaping in the rear and the back. The landscaping tends to be more mature and established. There's tends to be more room for your toys and your trailers and things of that nature. So that's a very appealing thing to the lifestyle that we have here in Tooele County, with the outdoors being just literally right out your door. Pro number 3, you're in established neighborhoods. You know what the area feels like. You know who the neighbors are. The trees are grown. The roads are finished. There's no or very little active construction in the area. And that appeals to a lot of people that don't necessarily want that hustle and bustle of that type of construction going on around them. So established neighborhoods is amazing and gives you a lot more of a community feel because it's been established and been there for a while. So pro number 4, more character. You've got unique layouts which can fit your individual needs. You've got brick homes. There's less cookie cutter feeling in existing because they've over the years they've put in the extra effort and the time and the money and things that it takes to create a home, and more often than not you get the benefit of those things. Pro 5, potential for equity through updates. Because some of the homes are older and they need a little bit updating, you can invest your dollars in those older homes and update bathrooms and kitchens and do things like that, and work through the landscaping, create some curb appeal, and create equitable value in the home with your own sweat equity. That appeals to a lot of people. That's something that I like. So that's definitely an important factor when you're looking at existing homes. So now let's chat about the 5 cons of buying an older or pre-existing home. Con 1, repairs can hit fast and can come at you in a frenzy if you're unprepared. You've got roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, windows. Sometimes the cheaper houses become more expensive quickly because those things tend to get outdated and need updated or repaired, or to provide those efficiencies that we talked about previously. That is, again, why it's important to get a home inspection so at least you know what those things are going in. Con number two, older construction just tends to be less efficient. You don't have the same building materials. You have older windows, older systems like your HVAC and insulation, which typically result in higher utility bills. Con number three, you have outdated floor plans. Some of the older homes that were popular 70s, 80s, and 90s and early 2000s, some of those tend to have smaller kitchens, closed off rooms, a little bit lower ceilings, small closets, less storage. A lot of buyers struggle with this after touring new homes and going to existing homes because the efficiency of the construction is different, so there's not as much dead space. So they tend to have higher ceilings and larger kitchens and things of that nature, which a lot of buyers like. That doesn't mean that it can't be altered in the future or it doesn't fit your existing needs now based on your budget. Con number four, you may in fact need immediate renovations. Paint, flooring, appliances, cabinets, bathrooms. Move-in ready isn't always a reality. Sometimes you have to spend a little bit of money once you've purchased the home to get it fit for your intended purposes so that it's comfortable for you and your family, and then you can grow into it as you go. So con number five, it's harder to compete if the home's already been fully updated. If you find an older home that's remodeled beautifully and priced right and is in your price range and fits your requirement, those homes are going to move really fast because a lot of other people are looking for the exact same thing, and they know that they get the charm of that without the work to the buyer. So they get all the benefits that they're looking for without having to put in those extra dollars and that extra work to get it to what makes sense for them. So in those cases, you have to be prepared to move very, very quickly. So to wrap up a little bit, honestly, neither one is automatically better than the other. It really comes down to what matters to you and your family, what areas you want to be in, what fits your budget. If you want low maintenance versus modern layouts versus those builder incentives, new construction might be the winner for you. But if you want those lower upfront costs, the bigger lot sizes, the better parking, established neighborhoods, DIY growth equity, maybe the existing or older homes are for you. Whichever you decide, me and my team are ready to help you with the next step. Our information is listed below. We appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.